There's some things that you can't necessarily put out to the public like that, you know. Yes, sometimes I will vlog us having fun at home and whatnot, but I don't think every conversation I have with them needs to be on camera. Even though there's like phases and seasons and whatnot, the main goal is to find your niche. Yo, I've seen my friend go through this.
Yeah.
It's not as glamorous as they make it look on TV and whatnot. Love is really not enough. It's like healthy and respect amongst each other. You guys friends? Do you relate?
Holla, holla, holla. What's good and what's poppin', ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls? Welcome to another exciting episode of the best podcast in South Africa. Now, this is Dot Trends Podcast. Big shout out! Woo, woo, woo. My name is Joma Kivana. They call me Abuti Wama 2K. Obviously, the superstars are in the building. Introduce yourselves.
What's happening, good people? It's your guy, one and only boy, Dernesia, the levitator with the triple F for fresh fly as well as fashionable. I'm sorry, guys. I don't need your help today because last
Thank you.
week, you guys just
We're
shit.
off duty.
Oh, it's
Thank
getting
you.
off duty.
And yes, it is another episode of Dot Trends Podcast. And of course, I'm joined by my wonderful co-pilots. Take it away.
It's true.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Big Jess. Small you, Big Jess, forever and ever. Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
It's true. Well, it is going to be a very interesting episode today. We have our favorite superstar.
We do.
I love how he always, make sure that the rest of the world knows that he is a superstar.
Yeah.
Definitely, he is. Big shout out one time. Introduce our superstar.
All right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, if you feel like your day is blue like our background,
And my bed.
we're about to make your day. Ladies and gents, boys and girls, give it up for the one and only Jemapelle
Jemapelle.
James.
Big shout out!
Pew, 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 pew.
Big shout out! Big shout
How you
out!
guys doing?
Ain't
Good.
shit.
How are you doing?
I'm good. That was a fire intro. Damn.
We aim to please. So, in this family, we have a family tradition of playing
Okay.
ice-breaking games
Okay.
so that we can all relax, right?
Okay.
So today we're playing 2 truths and 1 lie. You tell us 2 truths and 1 lie, and everybody has to guess which one is a lie out of the 3.
2 truths and 1 lie. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let you go first.
Damn, that's so hard.
But wait. Do you have your own intro?
I mean, it is your favorite superstar, Jemapelle James, coming at you live. I am the only Jemapelle James in the world. That's facts.
Okay, I'll take that as a. I will take that as a yes.
Danko, because we were gonna miss that. Danko.
It's
2
been a long-
truths, 1 lie. Okay. 1, I'm adopted. 2, I have 5 siblings. 3, wait, no, that's 2 lies. Damn it. Okay, wait. Okay. Okay. 1, I grew up in Richards Bay. 2, I went to an Afrikaans school. 3, I have a white girlfriend.
Okay.
We now have to guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Growing up in Richards Bay, I think that's
That's
correct.
true.
That's true.
Okay.
What girlfriend?
White girl.
Yeah.
White girlfriend,
Afrikaans school.
Afrikaans schools. I can see the correlation there. If one of it.
Exactly.
But
I don't think he has a white girlfriend.
Okay,
I
but
don't
guys,
think you're into Afrikaans school.
if you think about it, you can go to an Afrikaans school and get a white girlfriend. So it just makes it hard.
So maybe the lie is Richards Bay.
No, it's
Nah,
not. That
it's
is
not.
fact.
That's a fact.
That is a fact. We're not even
That's a
touching
fact.
that. Damn.
For me, I don't think he has a white girlfriend.
Okay.
I don't think you went to an Afrikaans school.
I don't think you're into an Afrikaans school.
I don't have a white girlfriend.
Okay, damn.
I mean, it was predominantly Afrikaans. Like
Yeah.
it was Richards Bay Primary School, Richards Bay Primary School. So yeah, that's where I.
Okay, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Okay.
You
I
know,
don't like it when gift is right. We can just end the show.
Yeah, Edgeman, gift is right. Ish.
give it to me. What do you
Bravo.
mean?
Wabana.
Like, give it to me. I got this
Another
one
thing.
right.
Okay. Actually, you take it.
Oh, I take it.
Yep.
Okay, right. I currently have 500,000 in my account. Because I robbed a bank yesterday, but it's fine. It's a topic for another day.
That's so true.
Is this the same game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, obviously that's a lie.
Actually, that's true.
No, it's not. As soon as you said rob the bank, I'm like, oh, okay.
I tried to save you, bro.
Secondly, I was out yesterday and I went to 5 venues. And thirdly, I recently moved to Soweto.
Like,
Damn, okay.
I'm
I
sorry,
think
but
you gave us 2 lies and a truth.
exactly.
You went to 5 venues.
Yeah.
Soweto.
I mean, 5 venues. I can agree with
I
that.
can-
'cause
I
it's
can-
true.
I can.
That's
Bottom is a
true.
venue, no?
Yeah,
The problem
actually.
is you guys know me too much. The
But you
problem
gave
is
us 2 lies.
I think-
If 500,000
But
to me,
how do you know that
we
it's
wouldn't
lies?
even sleep. As soon as
There'll be signs.
And I don't think this is coming from a person. Okay, but that's fine.
Oh,
Wait,
wow.
so what is it?
Yeah.
500,000, 5 venues and?
Moved
to
to
Soweto.
Soweto.
So then that's 3 lies. No, 2 lies.
I mean, yesterday you posted on TikTok, right, about what happened to the 100K.
But the thing is, you said you robbed the bank, so that makes it a lie.
Because you wouldn't
he
be
gave
here.
us 2 lies and a truth.
So robbing a bank was a lie, and
500K, yeah.
no, what was the last one? You moved to Soweto because you
Soweto.
forgot about that.
That is definitely a lie because I picked them up from Soweto today.
Yeah,
That's so
that
true.
was an interesting Soweto.
Yeah. Now you guys caught me off guard. But it's fine. It's fine.
Wait,
it's fine.
so
Let's
He
go.
gave 2
lies.
lies. He gave
Yeah,
2
it's 2 lies. It's 2 lies.
Okay.
Shaping your future, I see. I'm a makeup artist.
Okay.
I work for a pharmaceutical company.
Okay.
Everything about me is so honest. I can't come up with a lie.
I'm the truth. That's what he's saying.
Lastly, I know how to sew designs,
Okay.
clothing designs.
Clothing.
Yeah.
That sounds like 3
So
truths.
you don't work for a pharmaceutical company.
He does.
Not.
Real friends, how many
he
of us?
does.
How many of us? Pharmaceutical.
So
I don't work for a
you're not a
pharmaceutical
makeup
company.
artist.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Guys,
I
those
mean-
are 3 truths. Letawa is currently in the process of learning how to be a makeup artist.
In the sewing.
The pharmaceutical company.
Okay.
You might work in the tech space, but the whole entire company, it's a pharmaceutical company, let's be honest. Then the third one,
So
designs are your thing.
Okay, no,
I
he
think
can't.
then
He
makeup
can't sew
artists-
yet. I saw you to Ruka.
Yeah. Got it.
She got it right.
Big shout out.
Okay. I was allergic to pork. Turns out I'm not. I've had it for the past 2 days. My favorite color is green.
Mm,
And I'm in a happy relationship.
Your favorite color is green? I've seen you rocking green a lot.
You definitely had pork 2 days ago because if you were allergic to it, you wouldn't be here right now. So we know
Exactly.
which
she's
one.
not in a happy relationship.
What's in umjolo
Wait.
mfanak?
So ring.
The last one is a lie. You're not in a relationship at this point in time.
I don't, okay.
How
I
do
think,
you
I,
know
just,
that,
I think I just caught you on a blue day.
There's some little nosy page that's running my business. That's how the fuck you know. Okay, just. I'm happy,
Oh damn! You too.
but not in a relationship.
So that was a lie.
So
Yeah.
Ish.
Situationship.
No, I'm just happy.
It's sure. It's sure.
Does he
But at
know
least I got
that's
the
your
pork
answer?
correct. I got the pork correct.
Yeah, guys.
You
Also,
thought-
guys,
you
stop
thought you were
eating
allergic to
pork.
She thought that.
I thought so, but then like we went go coach in Soweto, and they were just selling pork, pork, and I was high and hungry, so I was like,
What makes you
Hey.
think you're allergic to pork though?
because every time I had pork, like I get like tonsils and all that weird shit.
Oh,
But still, guys, don't eat pork. They feed the dead
that's is that facts?
to the pigs.
But are we
Is
then
that
saying
facts?
we're
I
not
love
supposed to
yeah,
have
pork.
bacon?
yeah.
Well, I did hear that porks are capable of eating humans.
Carcass, yeah. They eat
I think they
carcass
can
and
eat
carcass.
anything though. That's
Yes, that's why the Bureau feed the dead
oh
African brothers
damn.
to the pigs. That's why I'm nothing.
But,
No, I'm joking. That's why it's different. No, let me leave these people alone. It's fine, guys.
No, that was a fun game. We did well. But then again, brother, it's all about you today. We are celebrating you because we feel like you are doing absolutely amazing and you are heading for stardom. And we wanted to be, part of that experience because you are just doing well for yourself. So in a nutshell, to someone who's currently watching, how do you best explain yourself? Who are you? Where did you grow up?
Yeah.
What was happening in your life at that particular time? What were the highs and lows?
Highs and lows. I'll start with the easier one. I obviously grew up in Richards Bay. Went to primary school there, and then from high school phase, that was in Durban. Varsity was also in Durban, and then the rest of the continuation of life is obviously here in Joburg. Highs and lows, because I want to end with the good part. Highs and lows, I think I don't want to really call it lows, but I'll talk from a family perspective. Like for the longest time, they thought I'd be a doctor. And then after a while, I'm like, bro, no, bro. I think it was because of my physics mark. And it was either go to summer school to fix the physics mark, of which initially I was like, okay, cool. And then I was like, actually, maybe a physiotherapist. And then they offered me to come study music in UKZN. So I'm like,
No.
yeah. So, I mean, in terms of lows, my dad was, not to say disappointed, but like, he was like, oh man, like, I thought, he would enter the doctor space. And then in terms of highs, I think my highest of highs is obviously with family. But since being in Joburg, I would say this is probably, I mean, I know it's only been like 2 months into the year, but like the last 6 months for me have been pretty solid, I think being more intentional on what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, what not to do. And I always feel like, especially when it comes to like motivational speaking, like I feel like you already know the answer, and that's why I don't really ask as much anymore. Like, you're supposed to be disciplined. You're supposed to be consistent.
Big shout out.
You're not supposed to be sleeping late or waking up that early or what, like we know what it is. So I think I'm just trying to become in tune with that. But I guess knowing myself a bit more, being comfortable with myself, being more confident in what I'm doing, is definitely the high. Soft love is the best love type of thing.
The only glove that
You know what I
matters.
mean?
Yes, sir.
And then I think in terms of what I'm doing, my main focus is obviously become a musical superstar, but over time I'm becoming just an artist as a whole, but music is obviously my main focus. I love music. Music is my journal, it's my therapy. It's where I can say the worst things and the best things and like keep it in my so-called journal, which is like my notepad. But now we've come to a stage where obviously music is not only about talent anymore, it's about putting in the work and whatnot, and hence why the theme for this year is also just consistency. And then I realized that, hey, like, I used to have this mysterious approach, like, Jemapelle James, just like, over time, I'm like, bro, it's not, you're not the weekend, bro, it's not working. So I just realized that people actually like my personality, and got who's my manager now, I got him on board to sort of strategize the Jemapelle James brand as a whole and not necessarily as a person anymore. So the music is obviously there. We entered the TikTok space once again because of the whole personality thing. And it's working. Like people like the personality, and now we're just figuring out a way of which I feel like it is working, where we obviously have the funny content and whatnot, but the music is also there.
Yeah.
And I always try to slip that in. And I think on paper, I can't really tell properly as of yet if it's 100% working. But if I get, for example, 1 million views on a TikTok, that week I will also see that people have streamed the song this many times. So it does correlate in a way.
Yeah, yeah.
But the goal is to be a superstar, man. The goal is to be a superstar. And yeah, I just want to become the best version of whatever a superstar is, and I'm figuring that out as time goes by. And you know, I woke up handsome again. Like,
Hey, thank the Lord. Thank
woke up
the
handsome
Lord.
again. But I think as a whole, it does sound crazy, and thank you to my parents for obviously supporting the whole vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Aw.
And my friends, of course, but like it feels like it's working now, and it feels like I'm heading in the right direction. And obviously, right now is no time for mistakes, and you know, I have to be more cautious of where I am now. And not to say like there's anything of wrongdoing that I will do, but I mean, I have to be vigilant of the people I associate myself with. You know, how I'm seen in public. Am I cutting my hair on weekends or not? Do I smell nice or not?
Yeah.
You know. So it's the little things. Like the little things definitely matter. But the main goal is obviously to be this great superstar. And I don't want to compare it to anyone because I feel like that's where the breakdown happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to be him, you know, Himothy, him or dashing in the flesh type of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, music is the main goal, but TikTok is helping. I've vlogged as well. YouTube is helping. And obviously I'm here on this platform, so it's definitely working, right?
It is.
I
Not
mean,
definitely.
It is.
so like you just mentioned that, you know, these days being an artist it requires more than talent, right? So how do you truly feel about that? Like the fact that you are now vlogging, now content creating, you're doing everything
Just to enhance
so
the
much.
artistry.
Like you're doing so much of everything that do you still have time for the music? Like how do you feel about the fact that you can't just focus on making music only now? You need to do all of this other stuff.
I mean, I used to complain, and I think that's why I'm happy about like the change in
Yeah.
the Jemapelle James brand. I used to complain about like so many things. You complain, and you see someone else do it, and you complain. So I got to a point where, for one, if you want to be a superstar, you're gonna be in front of cameras anyways. At some point in your life, you're gonna have to document your life in any case. And I think the shift, in my opinion, is people are falling in love more with the personality as well outside of the music. So I'm not complaining. Like it's all about making time, and hence why I was saying you know what to do. Like I know when to make music, and I know that, for example, I vlog from Thursdays, finish the edits on Sunday, post it. I know that for TikToks I have to make at least 2 to 3 videos a week, and if I'm being honest with myself, it really doesn't take that long to do. Obviously, with the music, it takes a while, but you have to find ways to do it. So I'll write when I'm out, or jot down melodies when I'm out, or write when I'm at work, or anything like that. So it's I'm not complaining. It is hard. It definitely is hard. I have to admit that, but it's what I want though. Like, you know, like you can't really. It's like they're saying you can't complain about too much when you wanted food on your plate. If you know what I'm saying. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it. I honestly love it because people get to see the personality. And I think being more out there as well, because I realize, yes, maybe, let's say 80% of people on TikTok, for example, don't know the music, but you got that 20%.
Yeah.
And on YouTube, maybe those other 60% didn't know. But like, it actually is going back to the music. Like, everything that's happening now is going back to the music. So I'm happy. People get to see my personality, get to see this face. You know? But yeah, I'm not complaining, dude. I'm not complaining. Like, it has to be done. It really has to be
Somebody
done.
got to do
Somebody
it.
got to do
Yeah.
it.
I want to get into the name, right? Am I correct
Yeah.
in saying you are? I call myself James.
My name is James, yeah.
My name is James.
How did you come up with the name?
Yo, Oaks, I had so many stories when I was coming up, and I realized, why are you lying, dude? But in all honesty, I got to high school, grade 8, and I obviously went to, more white school, should I put it like that? So obviously the accent changed and almost had a comb over. Thank my brother for stopping me. And then we were just, it just so happened. I don't know why that happened, but if you're with the experience, like you need the what
You
name,
have
bro.
to. You have
Yeah.
to.
So my friend gave me James. I'm like, yo, James, yo, that's fire, bro. So I went to James, and then after a while, when I started then establishing myself as an artist, which is just, I mean, like varsity was when I kind of started taking it serious. I was like, I need a superstar name. And obviously, I always hear it just comes to you sometimes.
Yeah.
And then I watched a movie with Kevin Hart. Is it Owen Farrell? Owen Farrell's a rugby player, Will Farrell, called Get Hard.
Yeah.
And they were like training Kevin Hart on what to do when he goes to jail. And then Will Farrell said, Jemapelle James. And I was like, and I was watching it with my,
Bingo.
I was watching it with my brother
You're
at
like,
the time,
that's it.
Verge, who also makes music. And I was like,
That's the one.
that's the name,
That's
dude.
the one.
So I picked that, and obviously my songs, I started singing Jemapelle James more before I started like making the music and whatnot, and it just felt right, dude. And it's also a good conversation starter as well, like Jemapelle James. If you meet a French
you
guy, then they
French?
start, that's all.
Yeah.
No,
French?
no,
You
I'm
speak
not.
French?
Like far
Je
from
parle
that.
français?
Exactly. Great conversation starter. At some point, I wanted to learn the language.
But
Yeah, it's hard, eh?
is it really? I speak a bit of French. so-
Yeah, I mean, I had friends who would constantly translate things, but like, I felt like I was doing myself and the language a disservice for like only trying to learn it for certain like spaces and whatnot. And
Yeah.
I was just like, bro, just stick to what you're on, like leave the name, like, you know? So yeah, that's how it came about. And like, I love it. Every time I hear it, like, even when I,
Jemapelle
yo.
So now all my notes have to fall away. They all have to fall away because I prepared this interview in French, thinking that you are.
Oh, fuck.
I mean,
He's South African.
I can't even show people that I know French.
I mean, you could try. I'll just say oui. But yeah, that's the name. Like, it's gonna be big for sure. Like,
No,
I
definitely,
believe you.
definitely.
I believe
You
you.
talk a lot about family, right? So let's talk family dynamics.
okay.
How's your family looking like, and how did you basically break the news to them that I'm actually, going for music instead of what they had in mind for you? And how did they take that? Because oftentimes our parents doesn't really believe much in arts, right? They want us to go to school, then come back and do arts, knowing that you have a backup.
Right.
So how do you have a conversation with your family about music, and generally how's your family dynamics? How many are you guys?
I first want to say I don't think it's not that they don't support it. I
Yeah.
think they've just seen that there's over hundreds of people that want
Chasing
to be
the
this
same
thing,
thing.
and then
Yeah.
you know.
Oh,
So I think
yeah.
it's more of a protective instinct that parents have. But in terms of dynamic, I always consider myself the favorite child. But my brother Verge, I think he led the way because he was supposed to be an architect or study architecture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
And then I saw that whole conversation also happening. Like, why do you want to study drama? Like, how are you gonna do this and this, and how's it gonna help you here? And you see, with this degree, you know that when you're done, you can get that. So he kind of led the way, and he broke down that whole like wall that was there. And once again, it was more of a protection thing because in the family, they obviously know of. I think every family has that musician friend or that artist friend. So
Absolutely.
once again, it's not that they don't trust or believe, but it's like, yo, I've seen my friend go through this.
Yeah.
It's not as glamorous as they make it look on TV and whatnot. So then when it came to me studying music, it was also, I guess, another conversation. And I guess for me, at some point, they were like, oh, okay, maybe he'll teach music and whatnot. And I was like, okay.
Well, shit. As long as I can
If
do
if
it.
that's what you think. And so over time, like, it definitely got hard. Like, there were times where, for example, we had gigs in Richards Bay because I would say in Richards Bay, we were kind of known for our music. I wouldn't say we were famous, but like
Yeah.
they knew that, oh, these guys make music. And hey, mom, dad, we have a gig in Richards Bay. Okay, how much they paying you? It's
Yeah,
exposure, mom.
about
okay,
that.
but like you're paying to go there, you're paying to come back. So there were little things that just didn't make sense. And I guess like any other parent out there, results speak, and once again, out of love. So when things started going to place, when I started getting gigs and when I started going on radio, and then it was like, okay, 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 he's doing something. And then I think for me, when the TikTok thing happened, they were like, okay, okay, we see, because they obviously listen to your music, and for me, especially like when I make music now, I try censor it in some way that I don't swear, especially because I'm like, my grand's gonna listen to this or my dad's gonna listen to this. But when the TikTok thing happened and my dad called, he's like, yo, dude, like, your mom and I are at church and they told us to be nice to you. Like, what are you telling people? I'm like, oh no, it's from the TikTok, dude. They're like, oh, okay. So even when I go home now, and because my mom also plays piano, so even when we go home, we'd make music with her and whatnot. And I guess now they trust in the process. And I think the main goal for them is to, like, once you reach a certain stage, they want to let you go into the world with knowing that you're comfortable, you're safe, you're secure, you are able to buy yourself bread and whatnot. So now it's good. Now it's good. And I think I'm manifesting it. In a year's time, it'll be completely
definitely.
different. And but yeah, it wasn't too difficult. My parents are understanding. They are liberal in a sense. Obviously, growing up, you think your parents are extremely strict. But now it's cool, man. Now it's cool. I mean, my dad, we made a song with him not too long ago. My mom also helps me make music sometimes, and giving an opinion. My mom also sometimes sends me TikToks like, "Oh, this would be nice to make." Like, they see it happening, and they see how passionate I'm about it. So now it's cool. Now it's a breeze. Yeah.
Do you ever think of documenting those moments?
So hence why I started the YouTube, though. Like, I do document it, but at the same time, like, I also have to, because I consider myself this huge artist. Just because it hasn't happened, it doesn't mean I'm not.
Amen.
But
Big shout out.
there's some things that you can't necessarily put out to the public like that. Yes, sometimes I will vlog us having fun at home and whatnot, but I don't think every conversation I have with them needs to be on camera or needs to be out there. But that's what the YouTube is for. It's for the journey. Like, it's obviously not, in terms of the vlog aspect, not that huge yet. It's because it's only been like 2 months. But like, you can see the journey, you can see the process. Even before I came here, I was in the car, like,
Yeah.
I'm going to, a podcast now.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So I am documenting it, to answer your question. And I think when people watch everything, it's going to be so cool.
Yeah, because essentially you're kind of building like a resume,
Yes.
You're gonna post. 2 of us are gonna watch it. 1,000 of us are gonna watch it.
Yeah.
But when you blow up, though,
Exactly.
Oh.
When
Gonna
I
be
blow
watching.
up. Yeah.
oh,
That's
yeah.
interesting.
So
Yeah.
as I was listening to you speak about, your musical journey, and especially because your family is also, part of the musical journey that you're going through, is there a reason why you chose R&B out of all the different genres that we have?
Funny enough, I thought I was a rapper before. So initially, we started making music. The concept of music in like primary. It was myself, Verge, and teen is now called Scaife. We started this group called the Royals, and we're all just rappers, like just rapping about rubbish. And,
Just
not
rapping.
rubbish. I would say my lines are rubbish.
Oh, okay.
And then
It's fine as long as you are judging
yeah,
yourself.
yeah. They were good. They were really good. If I think about it, they were really good. And it was also like, Virgil's little brother. Okay, like, and I got to high school, grade 9-ish, 10-ish. Like, I would just randomly sing, but for me, it wasn't like, oh wow. So a choir teacher also said, hey, dude, like, join the choir. So I'm like, oh, okay, like, damn, like, I can
Okay.
sing and whatnot. Holidays came, we would make a whole project in a day, like, kind of thing, when we were
Damn.
younger. And we made the song called Story at the time. And I was like, hey guys, can I try something? Like, they said I could sing, and then I sang on the song. At the time, my brother Verge, and it's not out of the hate, I guess. He was
Yeah.
like, I'm not feeling it. And then obviously Vuyo was like, yo, dude, no, like, do it. That's actually really good. Like,
Yeah.
do it. So after that, we then started working on it. And then when my mom realized, okay, you can sing, dude. Like, let me help you as well and whatnot. And I guess I chose it because it's something that came to me organically. It's
Yeah.
easier and whatnot. But hence why I also refer to myself as this R&B artist with a rapper personality, because yes, as much as I do sing, like if you listen to some of the cadences in the songs, it's very like, oh, okay, oh, hey, like, you know. But it's something that came easy to me. It was organic, and it's something I've gotten better at. And obviously, I went to school for it. I genuinely wish I focused more, but it is what it is. We're here now. But it's something that came naturally. Like it's, you know, you can wake me up at 4. I might miss a note or two, but I will sing.
Yeah.
Like, you know. So yeah, it's something that came easy.
Nice, nice. So also, I just want to get from you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Music is very sentimental,
Mm-hmm.
right? I listen to music 24/7. I can't focus in an empty room with nothing happening. I need some kind of sound in order to like focus. So with the music that you make, what are you hoping people are going to take from it? How are you hoping you make people feel from it?
I think relatability is the most important thing in music in general for me. That is, and I think every song I drop is also research, in terms of finding out what people actually want. And through music and that I've dropped, I realized people actually like hearing like the truth, if I may put it, or the vulnerability in the lyrics, or like how I'm sounding and whatnot. So if anyone's listening to the songs, I want them to relate. So if they don't relate, I want them to feel something. And if they don't feel it, I at least want them to enjoy it. So for me, it's just sharing a part of my story. And obviously in the R&B space, it's more so relationship-y, heartbreaky. So best songs are always after heartbreaks, but like,
You know, capitalize on that pain. Yes.
so like, excuse me. So as long as you relate or you feel something, or you know, because I doubt I'll ever make a song where I'm not being honest in a song. I may be creative about the truth, but I don't think I'll make. That's okay.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
really,
Yeah.
like, because I mean, if for example, if you hurt me or you broke my heart into 1,000 pieces, it's not necessarily true, but I'm creative about the truth, so I'm not making things up. If you know, so that's what it is, and like I want to. Fortunately, I guess, because I would make an R&B song and then I'd make an up-tempo R&B song. And then over time I realized that these people do not want to hear me have fun. Huh? Like, so all the music I've dropped, the ones that I've done well, in my opinion, are the moist songs, the soft songs,
Those
you know,
deep ones.
you
Yeah.
know. So I'll obviously make the up-tempo ones because honestly, I'm such an energetic guy, dude.
Yeah.
Like some people don't believe that. Dude, did you really write that? I'm like, yeah, dude.
That's me. That's
Yeah,
me right
so that's
there.
what it is. As long as you feel, enjoy, or relate in some way or another, then I've done my job.
No, it makes sense. And I want to know what goes into writing your music. What's the process of writing your music? Apart from only, maybe being heard, what inspires your writing? So at what point do you say, okay, fine, I'm sitting down, I'm writing your song? I want you to take us through the whole entire process of just basically writing your songs.
Right. I'll try to give you the less corniest version, but like every other artist is, obviously your experiences. But I've also gauged that, like, for example, if I'm experiencing something now, if I stub my toe in here and then I hit my arm at home, like that can go into one song. Like it's experiences you go through, and I use that though to be able to then express it properly in terms of metaphors. But I'd have to go through something, which is not the case anymore because I feel like I've gone through a lot.
Enough. Yeah.
So I'm able to, so it's experience and whatnot. And then obviously for me, I'm unable to write a song without any form of production with its, I try, fails every time, but I tried.
You still try.
But it would be experience, it would be finding the right like beat or instrumental or however you refer to it as. And then it's like, okay, what are we honestly writing about? Because I feel like every other aspect of my life, as much as I'm serious, I'm very bubbly and whatnot. So it's like, dude, what are we writing about? How honest can we be about it? Do you want to tell this? Do you not want to tell this? Should we write this? I write it. I listen to it. I don't like it. On to the next song. I don't beat up myself as much anymore. But I now try and make music not necessarily as if it were a job, but if it were like a a task or a mission, like a challenge to myself. Because it's easy to make music, but it's not easy to make good music,
Yeah.
in my opinion. So you go through that, you write songs, and I can tell you, I probably write the whole week and will not come out with a song and whatnot. But that's also because I'm my worst critic. There's that, and then you record the song, and luckily I have equipment at home, so I record the song, I listen to it, I mix it to the best of my capabilities. I maybe make my brother listen to it or my friends listen to it, hear what they have to say. If they're vibing with it, cool. And sometimes your friends will like a song, but the reaction from that song to the song is not the same. So it's like, okay, no, we can put that one on ice. Obviously, the mixing and mastering stage, of which I've come to realize I'm so like picky about it. I don't want it to sound too sharp. I don't want to sound too like, no, this sounds too like, saturated. This doesn't sound natural. This is too much of this and that. So there's that whole process. Like the song I dropped now, I recorded last year, like September. And then I got the feature from Michaela in like November. December, we mixed it. January, we then re-recorded some parts because her parts, she felt like she could have done better here and here. And then we mixed the song and then we listened to it. And then, okay, no, the mix doesn't sound good there. And then there's that whole process. So it becomes like a job, but like I love it. So for me, it's game time, like it's playtime. The music obviously comes out, and then the first day you sit
Fingers
there like,
crossed.
okay, are people gonna like it or not?
Yep.
But I try honestly experience. And then my brother obviously recommended a while ago because I feel like I have great melodies, but back then I just was not making sense. I think it was in high school. My brother said, "Yo, bro, like read, bro.
Grab a book.
Grab a book, and it really does help." And once again, who you associate yourself with. Like I try sit with people who I feel are better than me or who could obviously help. And the new process now, before it was write, record, and my friend then introduced me to we call it top lining melodies. You just sing over it. You'll do
Just
like
mumbling.
5 to 6 like mumbles, and
Yeah.
okay, that could be like first half of the verse, it could pre-chorus, it could be a hook.
Glasses on.
Yeah, and that for me, honestly, I wish I discovered it earlier because now it's like, ooh, like, because I always say, how do people think of melodies while writing? Like,
Yeah.
but it's like, okay, there's a melody there and here's a melody there. We put that together, you record it. Sometimes it sounds unnatural because you're taking that part from the first line and then you're taking that from the fourth take. And then, but when you come back later, you're like, oh, actually, it sounds normal. And then
Yeah.
eventually when you hear it, you're like, oh, okay. And then you get people who just wake up and think it's just
Oh,
And the single you're talking about, is it the one that you dropped on the 7th of
still
Feb?
fun. Yeah.
Nice.
big shout out. Research done there.
It's not about to be that
Because of
person.
your 5 venues, bro.
So we are a country that is very blessed musically. I mean, we have so many genres dominating, right? So where are you musically? Do we see you exploring other genres as well? Because at this point in time, you are doing R&B, right?
Yes.
But then, I mean, when we look at our country, we have anything and everything. I mean, also it's with seasons, right? You're gonna get a season where house music is a thing. We get a season where amapiano is a thing. There was a time that hip hop was a thing. So when you look at, our country and how we're doing musically, do we see you exploring other genres as well?
Tricky question. So I'm obviously gonna stick to R&B. Like that's my main thing. And like I said, every song you release is research. So I've dropped I'm a piano song before, but I dropped it with the R&B song. So if I'm exploring, I normally do 2-3 tracks. So there will be the main single, and then fuck
Yeah.
But I just, it's very naive and I think ignorant for me to say, and I'm trying to change that mindset. I'm very afraid to explore too much and then I pop off that sound, and then when I want to
I was about to say that.
want to do my sound, and it's like, dude, what are you doing? But at the same time, like I've seen some artists pop off of hip hop and then they do R&B and it still works. So once again, I think it's how you package it. It's how you present yourself. But exploring, yes. I don't think you would find me making a single of a piano song, but maybe I'll try it. I don't think you'll see me doing techno or house just as a single. However, I love like those type of songs. So I definitely would explore, but I'm not gonna let go of the focal point, which is R&B. And like you're saying, everything has seasons. And I may be crazy, and I did say this to my manager, but like I do feel like R&B is coming back, and I don't want to miss that wave. Because once you miss it, catch you on
gone.
the next cycle kind of thing. So hence why this year consistently just putting out more music and whatnot. But R&B is my main focus. Like that is outside of anything. If you really don't know my music, at least you know me as an R&B artist. So that's the
Is
journey I
there
wanna-
is there like more to R&B apart from being in love and heartbreak?
There is, man. Like
Good
there
question.
really is. That is a good question. There is. And once again, every song was research. Like it's almost like how you groomed to the music. Like you have some artists who are R&B, but they talk about the boys and like have fun and whatnot, and then you talk about us who obviously predominantly heartbreak and whatnot. There is more to it, but for me currently, once again, like I'm very much a relationship person. I love. So that's what I relate with, and hence why I write so much about it. But at the same time, it's the most common feeling or the most common emotion that people go through. Heartbreak or happiness is it's your yin and yang. It goes together.
Yeah.
So there is more to it. I can fully admit and say I'm unable to fully tap into that. Hence why I stick to what I do. But you get your people like Party Next Door who are able to just I'm like, bruh,
Be
like
saucy.
yeah. So there's more to it. But I guess it's what I'm currently doing now, trying to just work with more artists. Not necessarily as features, just in terms of writing, because they give you an experience. You're like, oh, okay, no, I can include that. Okay, that makes sense to me. But there's definitely more to it. There's heartbreak, there's fun times, there's good times, there's just substance abuse, for example. But
Yeah.
like there's a lot to it. But I'm not gonna force myself into something I'm unable to do unless it's been practiced, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So first, I want to say that you're not crazy for thinking that.
True.
And also, it's very, very, very important that South African R&B gets recognized. Because we do
Oh,
have a
I
lot
won't
of
lie, I laughed, but I didn't really know what you meant. So it's waiting for you to explain. Sorry. But I get you now.
catch on.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I know that currently Amapiano is doing absolutely amazing. Hip hop is also having a comeback. And R&B, where I'm at with it right now is, I've listened to a couple of songs from Elaine. And I kind of feel like she's that one person that she does still give that South African feel to the R&B music that she makes. But with the track that you released, Still Fam, also you do have that. And now I'm just putting it in a spectrum of we have a female R&B artist and then we have a male R&B artist. Female R&B artists, I can see them, a lot of them.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to male R&B artists, mostly, don't get me wrong. In hip hop, we do have hip hop artists that are guys who can sing, but it's one thing for them to know how to sing and rap. And it's also a different thing for them to know how to sing and stick to that, which is what you do it.
Yeah.
And since you're a lover and you love,
Or GERD.
what's your take on relationships?
Just to end that point there, yes, there's a lot of R&B artists that are female, and kudos to them because they're also good.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to actually end that point as well is to say, even though there's like phases and seasons and whatnot, the main goal is to find your niche. Once you find your niche, and I love Amapiano, of course, but whether Amapiano dominates until, if you have your circle and you have your mini concerts and you have your,
You're always
that's what you actually want to find your people, find your circle and whatnot. Take some relationships. I think relationships are a very good thing, especially when you've found not the right person, but the person you're able to like connect with. I don't know if there's a right person. I think that's over exaggerated sometimes. but you meet someone you're able to vibe and whatnot and make a friend out of. For me, when I'm in a relationship, I want to be able to obviously like be in love and whatnot. But if I'm being honest, like I can't be romantic 100% of the time. In actual fact, I want to be your homie, dude. Like, you know what I mean? So I want obviously someone that can understand that like he can be serious, but sometimes you need to initiate that because I can just joke as you know. But at the same time, I think what some people miss, in my opinion, is they also forget to look at themselves, and that's what I did last year. Like I obviously did my fair share of therapy, and sometimes they say like crazy stuff, like bro, damn, I'm the
Like,
problem.
ouch.
Yeah, so like learning things like to be less insecure and where does insecurity come from? Oh, you're projecting. Ah, okay, I see. And then like, okay, but it's not supposed to be tick for tack. Like if that sounded like for tack.
But really, it is a titty for it.
Yeah, like I've now I'm at a stage, obviously with all those lessons, like I'm more understanding. I'm very open to say, okay, but that person can make a mistake. They're not perfect because I used to idolize in terms of making this person seem perfect. My partner's supposed to be like this, and my partner's supposed to be like this. And then when she makes a mistake, I like point it out immediately. Where now you make a mistake, I look, is it that deep? No, it's not that deep. If it really bothers me, we'll have a conversation about it and whatnot. But outside of looking at myself as well, I also want to be there for you. Am I healthy for you and whatnot? Because that obviously builds longevity of a relationship. Love is really not enough. It's like healthy and respect amongst each other. You guys friends? Do you relate? You know, are you stimulating each other like intellectually? Are you able to have hard conversations? Are you able to chill? Are you able to sit in silence? And I'm very comfortable with myself now. Like I mentioned before, I'm very confident. I'm very so. But like when I am in a relationship, it's like, okay, dude, I feel like I have my 100%. You know, and do you have your 100%? Okay, you don't. Like we can work on it. You won't find someone full all the time. But also just to sum it up, like, damn, bro, you gotta know how to trip. Like, ugh. If you can't trip as my partner, bro, like, come on, dude. Like, you know, and I'm not saying I'm the
This
best dresser in the
generation.
world, dude, but
Oh.
like, dude, imagine you have your partner here, dude, and you dripped out and they just
Get 300. Get 300.
you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if my partner supports me, and you obviously have to be selfish about it sometimes. If she supports me, if she likes my music, and it sounds crazy now, but if your partner doesn't like your music or me, because that's kind of my whole life, then you know. So if you like what I'm doing, supportive of it, I'm not saying be hands in, but supportive and whatnot, then let's do it.
I think
You
it just
know?
gave people a reason to listen to your music.
Yeah.
I purposely asked that question
Yeah.
because, like you said, the focal point of your music is heartbreaks, happy moments, you know, and relationships. And if we're being honest, I was having a conversation with my good friends about relationships, and you know, there's some few things that you said there which make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
we too quick to point out the mistakes that a person makes.
For sure.
You know,
True.
and we think that because of that mistake, this person is not good for me. But
Right.
sometimes if you analyze the situation, it's not as deep as you think.
It's not that
It's
deep.
really not, dude.
But I love how you explained it like
Bro.
beautifully. And it made me curious then because I want to ask, is there that partner in your life at this point in time?
Hi, baby. I love you.
The reason why I look there, because sometimes when I'm doing these things, my managers are right there. Like, I mean, I am seeing someone. But and obviously I know people hate to like. I just don't want it to be public though. I'm not keeping her private.
Yep.
I'm not hiding her. I just don't want it to be public. Like, I just don't want to become that artist who's associated with a lover, and not in a bad way, but in a sense of you become this brand like James and so and so. Like I just want to be me, dude. Like, you know, but I do have my significant other, and the things I've explained is exactly what she is. And as a Zulu chant, like yalalela dog, like
Ah,
hey,
that's dope. That's
you
dope.
know what
That's
I
dope.
mean, bro? Like she's obviously able to take feedback, and I'm obviously also able to do the same. But yeah, I'm seeing someone.
I love it because a lot of gents that come to this platform, that question is always tricky to answer, and I love how you proudly, answering it. But then also, I want us to talk about the music business, right? As someone who studied music, we have a crisis. A lot of people are popular, a lot of people are out there, but they do not know the music business side of everything, because at the end of the day, it's business. So what would be your advice? Because we see a whole lot of artists going through the most, others are just signing deals so that they don't even understand. So as someone who studied music, what's the importance of knowing music business, and how do you best advise them to at least know and maneuver around their craft?
Right. I did try to avoid the relationship question though, by the way, but damn, you
Yeah, nah, you stood no chance.
got him. Yeah. I want to be completely transparent. I'm also trying to figure it out. I'm genuinely trying to figure it out, and shout out to my mom and dad for taking me, obviously, too. I didn't focus much in school in varsity because for me, because it was easy, like the things I really focused on, of which I wish I didn't, were like theoretical stuff. When it came to singing, I was like, I have an exam. You're always a pianist, and let's do that. So I can completely be honest and say, like, there's not too much knowledge that I extracted from studying music outside of knowing how to make the music and mix vocals a bit and whatnot, because that's what actually interested me. But in terms of that and artists going through the most, I think it's something I've heard over and over. Like people just need to make sure they're reading what they're signing. They obviously need to get professional advice. And I know it's easy to say these things sometimes, but like it's not cheap to find professional advice, So I don't frown upon them. Obviously, I wish they at least like asked someone and whatnot. But also something that's also been spoken of, like if you literally come from nothing and someone says to you, dude, here's a mole, I'm gonna change your life today. Like, are you really gonna think about it? Because now you're thinking, yes, home.
Finally.
I'm gonna feed them. I'm gonna buy my mom a house. I'm gonna buy my mom a car. Obviously, there are some wrong, well, not wrong, but things that shouldn't be in your thought process when you're making that money in the beginning that are there. But as for me, I am trying to study the music business more. Hence why I call him a manager, and sometimes I do stutter when I call him a manager because sometimes I look at him as a business partner. Because when I approached him, I said, "Hey, dude, can you help me grow this Jemapelle James brand?" But for lack of a better word, manager, he's also helping me understand it a bit more. And you need someone like that. You also, for me, as much as he loves music, I don't think he loves it as much as I do. So there are some parts where emotions come into play where he's like, nah, dude, like think about it though, For example, we had a radio gig not too long ago, or Thursday at Metro, and for me, I was like, no, I've rehearsed this week, and he's like, yeah, go do it again. I'm like, no, but we rehearsed. He's like, yeah, but what's wrong with doing it again? Don't you want to get better at it? And he guilt trips me. But I think, I talk a lot. But anyway,
Yeah.
No.
Beautiful. Big yapper. We love it.
Yapper. But to answer your question, how do I feel and what do I think about it? I think obviously we should educate ourselves more, of which I'm guilty of. I just want to make music and whatnot, but I obviously need to understand the things I'm signing. And I obviously have my manager now, his sister, who's in law. If I do have something that I need to sign, I send it to her in good faith that I don't necessarily have to read it, and she'll point out things of which she's done, especially with the distribution level I have now. She pointed things out that she wasn't understanding, wasn't sure about, and then we question that, and then, okay, then we can take it out. We can, and whatnot. So I don't want to say I'm lazy in doing it, but if you do get to a point where you're like, there's so many pages, and already in the first page you don't understand like 7 words.
Yo,
Like,
Jagger.
that's
you know,
so real.
try find someone you trust and try find someone that can help you. And bro, Google is there, dude. Like Google is there. TikTok is my new Google. I search everything on there and I find almost every answer that I want to find. But I do want to understand it more. It is important because at the end of the day, music is business. If you're making money, there's a trade on there and it is business at the end of the day. And I just, as I grow, I hope I get a team that allows me to just be the artist,
And they
but
handle the
obviously
rest.
educates me from time to time. But yeah, dude. But I do feel sorry for people who've signed stuff and won't know what they're getting themselves into. It is sad.
And
But
whatnot.
do you see yourself as an independent artist? And this is in a long run, right? Or do you ever see yourself signing to a record label?
Sorry. Yeah, I talk so much, bro.
No, that's absolutely fine. I mean,
It is fine,
It's
right?
it's your
you're out
interview.
here for a reason,
About you.
and this is your
It's all
time
about
and
you,
your
man.
moment to shine.
Initially, I was independent, just, and that's a goal. Like I think at the end of it, you do want to be independent, but like I'm saying, I've educated myself on it, and I've looked at certain things, and maybe I don't need a full package record deal. Maybe I need publishing and what. Or maybe I need distribution and so and so. So if I do get a good deal, I definitely would sign. But like they always say, you need a leverage. Like I wouldn't sign now. I have nothing to leverage off because in their eyes, you're not that famous yet. Sometimes numbers aren't everything.
Yeah.
You know, yes, there's numbers, but if we want to book out a venue and fill it up, are people going to come or they're just going to stay online and listen to your music? So I would sign if a good deal comes. I think for me currently, distribution and publishing is obviously what I need. People that can obviously help me with like my Samro, my Sampra, and just those nitty gritty stuff.
Yeah.
And if I do sign, it really has to be a good deal. It really has to be a good deal. And if it's not a good deal, maybe not like 10 years or whatnot. And somehow I know it's very difficult. And that's why you obviously need to be a massive artist. I do want to have a hand in my masters because that's the trade, right? Like we give you this for this and whatnot. So ideally it would be nice to be independent. But if I do see like a plateau, because there's only so many things you can do for yourself, and which I'm currently doing, and it like if you're passionate about the art, dude, it does get expensive. You know, like I just bought a fog machine last week. Don't ask me why.
Content. Wait.
Content, dude. Like
Content.
I bought lights. I bought the sunset lamp. I bought a fog machine. I want to get a green screen. I have a film camera. I want to be able to do it all by myself, so that when I do get help, I'm able to say I don't like this because of this, instead of saying something there that I don't like. It's like what though, you know? So yeah, man, independent is expensive. But it's great because no one's telling me what I can't or cannot drop or release. I don't have to make bubblegum music. And I do pray and hope that when I do get signed,
You know.
it's like you're established, fine, dude. You don't have to make bubblegum music, you know? But yeah, it's exposure. Like that's honestly the goal. Like that's the sport we're in.
Yeah, no, as long as you're not signing with your ambitious
Oh
end
my
of
God,
this
I knew
world,
you were
then
gonna
we
say
I
good.
knew it.
Because
Hey man, I have nothing to say about that.
Ambitious, give me a call.
I have nothing to say about it. Yeah.
So I'm gonna. I have to ask. I really have to ask that you show off to everybody at home.
You want me to sing?
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah, actually,
that's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
No, us.
yeah.
You know. Can I tell you something?
yeah.
I'm not even trying to be funny. I've never sang when someone tells me to sing. Even when I met like an artist that like sing for me, I'm like, get that dog. Because if I'm being completely honest, I still consider myself shy when it comes to singing. Like, because I feel like I discovered it so late. Like, I need to be prepared, dude. Like, I can't just acapella it, dude. It's like, what the hell? But if you put a band and some keys there, I'll kill it. So,
No.
I'm yaying all the way. Yay! Yay! Because what you just said right now is what I've been trying to explain to him.
Like,
So at least now he gets the answer. He gets the picture.
bruh, like it's just. Do you know how to dance? Do any of you guys know how to dance? In my next life, God, I want to come back as handsome and I want to have rhythm, please. But dude, it's just. I think times have changed, though. You know, I think back then, like your vocal ability was the thing. You know, your Whitney Houston's and whatnot. Like, obviously, they'll have a writer for you. Now, I can sing as well as, but can you make a hit? Can you write? Can you put like a song together? Do you have a vision for it? So
another
outside of just
conversation.
the pride, I am a bit like shy to sing sometimes, but also sometimes like, dude, nah, dude. Like,
It makes sense.
I'm so sorry though, but I don't think that was your question.
Yeah, but I don't think I'll forgive you though.
Yeah. Not forgiven. Not forgiven.
I'll be sorry.
My next question was going to be if you know how to dance, but you already answered that.
I wish.
So now
dude.
you have to join everybody else.
Oh, you guys can't. None of you can dance in this room.
No.
You can
Can
dance.
They
we
can
point
move.
it? Can they dance?
They
you
can
guys
move
dance?
their bodies. I don't know about that.
We definitely can
Yeah.
dance. You
I
know?
mean, if you want to come see me sing on the 30th of March, I am performing at a show. So
You have a
performing?
show.
yeah, not my show. It's my friend Sishi's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dope.
Now I get it.
Okay.
Dope.
So I've been to Sishi's concert once. I'm not sure if I saw you.
The one at is it Josie Room?
Yes.
Yeah. I looked handsome there as well, right?
You did.
Never catch me slip.
So annoying.
Everybody else like, yeah, I'm sure I've seen him somewhere.
Yeah, I was. We were at the back with all our other friends, and then yeah, but it was a good show. Like,
That was really good.
oh my
When is
God.
the show?
30th of March is at the Alley. I think my slots at 7:25.
Okay. No, we.
Or 25
Friends
to
of the
7.
trends.
Yes.
Organize a move.
Tickets go for 300
Yeah, I think.
if you want to come, but I'm not giving you an option to not want to come. You should come. No, but best believe, like with such shows, I literally went there knowing all the popular songs, but I left there feeling like I can stream all the songs.
All the songs, yeah.
And now I'm ready to go back because I now
it's
know
gonna be so dope.
almost all the songs.
Yeah.
You know, so the experience is really great, but I just want to know, when are you going to have your own show?
You know, I was gonna ask that until he was like, probably next year this time things will be different. But I wanted to ask, like, would you ever like look into your own shows?
See, I look at, like, especially in the SA space, I look at people like your Luisos, your Mananas, your Shikanas, to a certain extent, your Blackies as well. Like,
Yeah.
because I used to think of a show as this huge thing. Like,
It's 50 people.
you know,
100.
50 to
Yeah.
100 to 200 people, obviously. Like, but to answer your question, I'll probably do it like next year. And the reason why I'm doing that, I don't want to get my optimism in the way. Sometimes you really have to be realistic, and hence why I obviously have a manager like Chubbs or Luvuyo. The thing is, I'm so optimistic where I would book a venue and be like, nah, 100 people are gonna come, bro.
Yeah.
No, trust. And it's like, you know, so I outside of the optimism, I want it to be a factual thing. Like, you know, but also once again, independent. Like if it's gonna be a show, I don't want it to look like, okay, no, but it's his first show.
Yeah.
I want it to look just incredible. I want the sound to be incredible, you know, because I'm very big on sound. Like, I want to sound good. I want to be able to just speak normally. And
yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But obviously, I have friends like Sishi who are obviously giving me the platform right now, of which, like, my manager and I was speaking, it's going to be so good. Like, I feel like I wish that every song I make, there could be a live version of it, because I just feel like, my live performance was so good. Oh my gosh. And just the effort I put into it, from the band to the little things. When does the music pause? When does the
Yeah.
guitar come out? When does, you know, like, I always, like, when I'm performing, I always want to be like, if I was standing in the crowd, like, what would I want? But as the yapper that I am, to answer your question, like next year, probably like next year, I'm still trying to think of a name. Like I want it to be just this, I don't know, like your favorite fest, but a play on like your favorite superstar. Everything's just gonna become your
That would be
favorite.
dope.
Like, yeah, like your
Yeah.
favorite
We actually
festival.
need to check your performance as well. You said when? Producer? I'm sure you're gonna make things happen. We need to because as you are explaining it, I'm just picturing it.
Exactly.
And definitely we need to make a plan to come and really see what's what. So that we can come
Yeah.
back to this platform again and be
Yeah.
like, what he actually said
Was true.
was
And that's
true.
the thing. I think I do that to myself sometimes though. Like, for example, last year, who was I talking to? I was talking to someone. I think it was my distribution label. And shout out to them, they honest, bro. Like, I came because I started TikTok last year, April-ish, more or less. And I came to them. I'm like, guys, like, here's the facts. Like, I've gotten this many followers. Look at how many views I got. And they were like, yeah, but like, what's that got to do with music? And I was like, goodness me. Okay, that makes sense. So, yeah, dude, like, it's just, I say these things so that when I look back on it, and like I said to him, like, by this year, this is how many followers I'm going to get. And it's not to say that it's just about the followers, but to get to the followers, there's work that needs to be done. To get to the streams, there's work that needs to be done. So, yeah, I am saying it. And if by next year there's no major shift, of which I believe there will be, then so be it. I'm still like putting in the work, but there will be, God willingly. Yes, sir.
You ain't gotta tell me twice. I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good, guys. I've never been to the alley, but I've seen performances there, and I think it's gonna be good. I obviously can't say much about it,
Yeah.
as of yet, but obviously, see, she's gonna pull up a show and whatnot. Obviously, I'm.
I'm gonna kill that shit. I'm gonna kill that
murder
shit.
Yeah,
Great.
dude. Like, I'm just so confident about myself now. You know.
No, that's,
You have to.
Yeah, like
That's one thing also that, when we saw you from a distance, we were like, definitely there's a superstar here.
Right.
And we need to make sure that, such people are well celebrated and we make sure that, we just profile them so that people get to know them better. But then I want to take you back a bit, right, to TikTok before we close. What was your first video that you dropped on TikTok? How did you even start with TikTok?
Before I answer, where did you guys see me from?
Everywhere. Like that. You're there.
Stop.
How do you know
What
me?
he said. Research.
I'm assuming you're saying which video was the first video that like.
The first ever video that you dropped, what were you doing before we even talk about?
Oh, the first video.
Yeah. Before talking about
First
niche.
video was a music related video. I think it was for voicemail. Yeah, it was just music. It was just, but it also wasn't. There was no thought process. It was just like, okay, I've never had TikTok. Let me just post it and like, okay. No real intention. It was just like, okay, I'm promoting, and then I think it was that. I think it was a song.
And
It was music though.
did the video go anywhere?
Nah.
Okay. I'm asking because a lot of the time in your conversation, you are very intentional about what you want to do. So let's talk about the first video that ever went viral. What went through your mind? What was happening? And was it a thing of, okay, this is it. Now we're getting big.
It's so funny, dude. There was no real thought process behind this video. There was a thought process, but it was just like because when Chubbs and I finally sat together and discussed this as Jemapelle James brand, like what are we doing on TikTok and whatnot. We were obviously still in the talks of that, and obviously initially when I started TikTok, it was like I refer to myself as your favorite superstar, but who are you? Like no one really knows you, so that was the first like step of it. So we said, okay, the content we're gonna do now is every time you approach someone, they're gonna say, who are you? Like, of which ended up working because I'd see people, they'd be like, dude, who are you? And I'm like, it doesn't really work like that. You can't tap me and ask, but I'm like, okay, I get it. So it's working. And then what do we do next? But the first video that blew up was just still my biggest video. And I look at this video every time and I'm like, dude, it was just a video of, I use this trending sound. it was my manager and I talking, and the caption was POV. You realize mid conversation that something about you don't relate with your friend, or you've outgrown your friend.
Yeah.
And I got like 8 million views, and like I laugh at it this day till now because respectfully, I didn't mean that. Like it was just a
Yeah.
joke. It
Yeah.
was actually supposed to be a parody on like I blew up, and I'm like, oh damn, like
Well, a win is a win.
It is a win. 8 million people can relate to that.
yeah, and so then
I've seen that.
after that, yeah,
seen
dude,
it.
like so then after that we then started the Who Are You, and then I started doing it in the office, and then I started because now I feel like I don't want to jinx it, but I feel like I know when I want a video with views, I know what to post.
Yeah, you get to that
Yeah,
point.
but I don't want to overdo it because it becomes redundant. And then, so the ones that don't get that many views is also me experimenting and saying, okay, do people like this? Oh, they don't like this. Oh, they like this. Okay, the views are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Okay, let's quickly make this one and then go back to the research board. And so I think Who Are You came to work, and then your favorite superstar is annoying, and then okay, but now your favorite superstar is now music. Oh, okay. And so now what's happening is people are also catching on. Like, I'll post something with my song on the back, and people are obviously gonna comment, nice song, and then banter, banter, banter. But like, if I do, I don't really know if I have a niche, but I call them the gems,
Okay.
the Jemapelle fans. But like, I do constantly see now, the more I post, there's like definitely those 20, 30 people I always see in my comment section. Of which, shout out to you guys. I really appreciate that. So now the real shift is from being this funny guy or this charismatic guy, how am I going to completely shift it into music? Because in a perfect world, I want them to coexist. So yeah, now that's what it is. And I mean, it's fun, guys. Like some people overdo it sometimes. Some of them see in public and and sometimes I get upset, but then Charles will tell me, yeah, but like that's the image you're putting out on TikTok.
Yeah.
So if they know you from there, like relax with it. So yeah, guys, it's even me saying this got me thinking. I have to go jot it home. But yeah, like it's not a day's work. It is a stressful but fun process. But obviously the world doesn't bet on talent, it bets on those who bet on themselves. And yeah, guys, next year when I'm here again, when I'm
Shout out.
when I'm here again,
Yeah.
it's gonna
Big
be.
juice. In closing,
Everything you said, I believe you.
Thank you,
Like from who you think you are and who you're going to be, I believe you.
thank you,
Like, and that does not happen a lot.
thank you.
And that's all I have to say. I believe you.
yes, son.
Can I get that shot?
Big shout out. Big shout out. Big shout out.
But just to, I know you're closing off. Where do you guys see yourself in future?
Far.
Yeah,
Far. Very far.
but that
This is going to be the best podcast in Africa.
okay. I heard you say
Definitely.
it there, and I sat
Yeah.
there like,
And he means it.
okay, yeah.
This is where we're heading. When I take the platform to another level, more than anything in the process, celebrate black excellence. People like you guys that are doing absolutely amazing. So basically, that's where we're heading.
Okay, and then like, do you see yourself like touring? Is it gonna become like?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Someone has it figured out.
I mean, I see myself being a daddy, so sure. I will be touring as a daddy.
That's good. That's crazy.
In closing, I just want to say this first.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, you've changed my life today.
Thanks.
I was thinking about something, and after asking you a question and you answered it, it made me look at things in a very different way. We sit here and do all these interviews, just to inform other people and everybody else who's watching the show. But then at the same time today, I got to realize that we actually need to also take into account what we
Yeah.
actually want to ask from a personal level.
Yeah.
But you did that. And also, I'm just really anticipating your show.
Yeah.
The way you described it, I could picture it, I could imagine it.
Mm.
I do want to see myself there, and I'm definitely going to be there.
Thanks.
And it's going to be any surprise that you're going to be the biggest thing.
Our
Not
favorite
only in South Africa,
superstar.
Africa,
Favorite
but all around the
superstar.
world.
Yeah.
Big shout out.
Thank
Big
you.
shout out.
Thank you. I really do appreciate that.
Man, from my side, you are a superstar, and I want you to sleep and wake up every single day knowing that you are, and no one is gonna tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
And the world as your oyster, you are the next biggest thing to come out of other country, and we wish you all the best. And you need to know that we'll definitely be there to celebrate, or another world is celebrating your talents as well.
Thank you.
Big shout out.
Big shout out, man. Jemapelle James, it was a pleasure to meet you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the podcast. Till next time.
We are out of